Kids are cool, man.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's
dude.
just turned 2 in January or end of December. So that means that Piper is 2 sometime soon. I don't know exactly when. She's a couple months younger than.
And then who's this cat? Is that just Killian's cat?
Yeah, Mowgli, Killian's cat, and then Matt's got a dog that's going to be coming down. This will be the fullest house.
Dude, it's straight up sitcom. Straight up. Max had it all. His own house, pine wood floors, and a promising gaming company. When all of a sudden,
Record scratch.
now
it's like Randy Quaid and his family moving in with Chevy Chase.
Max has got like a Nietzsche poster behind him, and he's holding like 3 babies and like a cat.
A dirty diaper hanging like off of his shoe or something.
Max is the meaningless Murphy.
There's a cat like got its nails like digging into his back, kind of hanging off.
I may babysit the child occasionally, but unless I am completely on my own, I will be the last resort for diaper changing, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's what they say.
That's not going to be my kid's rashed up ass, all right? So it's not like I'm paying the price for not doing it.
Don't let what happened to my dad happen to you, which is if women know you're gonna be at, am I on speaker?
No,
Yes, everyone can hear you. Go on.
Like your sexist shit would surprise anybody anyway.
Yeah.
Am I just in your ears though?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, God, because this is gonna be some. Hold on to something. If women know that a man is going to be home and they like know his schedule because they're feisty or they're sneaky or they're clever, all of the above, they will plan that out so that they strategically are like you're planning like a gaming session or something at home or a chill session. And then women don't understand how important that is for a man.
What are
And
you?
all the
What women are you? What are you talking about? Is this just like your head canon of what women do?
This is all women.
Every woman on the
Every
planet
woman.
acts like this.
So what'll happen is somebody needs to watch the 2 baby girls. Well, Max will be home the next 3 hours. Bye, Max.
Every woman. Yeah.
Every woman on the planet.
Yeah,
I actually got like 10 kids right now that I'm supposed to be watching because
What
women
are you
down my block
talking about?
that did that earlier.
You're like, no, I got something to do. They're like, oh, what? Play video games for 3 hours? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Who's done this to you? Who said this?
I don't think this is going to be a problem.
My dad gets he had tried to like stop doing everything in life. Like he was just like, I'm just going to do nothing forever.
That's
And-
not really feasible.
That might be the deeper issue there.
Yeah.
His life became just like riding a bike through Hilton Head, drinking a little bit of coffee, and then like taking a nap, and then like watching Jeopardy, and that was pretty much his life.
Mhm.
And then he had
Right. Yeah, but
And
that's his kid and his grandkid. So that's his own fault for not standing up to his own child.
well, no. Here's the thing: is my mom and were basically like, well, you're just gonna watch him now. So it became like his full-time job to watch him, and luckily he loves him, but he definitely got that just like thrown on him.
Well, I mean, if he's not doing anything,
That's what they're gonna say about Max. That's what they're gonna say about Max.
It's not going to happen because there's a lot of other things. There's
Like,
so many
you just-
differences. There's
Yeah.
so many differences. First of all, like I'm not a grandparent or anybody's parent. So like that shit happens to my dad between myself, his other kids, and his grandkids. I do this to my dad, not with kids, but like with other stuff. I'm like, is there any real reason, like really inconvenient reason why you can't do this? Because you're my dad and you do the things that I want you to do when you're available to do them.
Do you beat him?
I beat him regularly. And that's just how your relationship with your parents is you just like are like, yeah, we're going to do this. And then if they're not otherwise like indisposed, like some real shit they got to do, they're like, okay.
My relationship with my dad is I set a 15-minute timer whenever we're in the same room. And then by minute 14, we're like, all right, see ya. And then I come back in like 4 hours.
Well, that's not how my relationship is with my dad.
Me and my dad are like 2 bulls.
My dad and I get along pretty well. So that's my new situation. So that's going to be an interesting thing that happens.
Is he going to at least join our D&D shit?
Oh,
He
shit.
could, I mean, he could have joined it at any point up till now. I mean, there's nothing preventing him from joining us. We are all in different parts of the country. One of the things that he really didn't like was the fact that I didn't really have like friends and a social circle and like people that I went and did stuff with. So like when he came here, he didn't have anything like that like already set up for him. So we had to go try to figure out how to do it for himself. And I was no help because I don't want that.
I think none of us have that.
Have what?
Friends?
Friends.
True.
I feel like
Yeah, I'm
Andy's pretty
pretty
social.
I mean,
I think we're all just friends with each other, and we're so f***ing cool that we're like spoiled for being friends with other people.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Set the bar too high.
yeah, when I was more like active in, like I had a bunch of friends, but now that I don't really do that stuff anymore, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I do D&D. Honestly, a lot of that time, I'm like, ugh.
I met a guy who's homeless and lives in his car.
That's cool.
I've been meeting people racing RC and shit, but I haven't really become friends with anybody.
Hell yeah.
I got third place in a fucking trophy race yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
So in that RC racing, is there like, can you like soup up your car?
Well, they have different classes. So there's like the stock class, which is everybody's kind of like has the same type of engine and all that kind of stuff. And your speed controller has to be set a certain way. But you can do like mod buggy, which means you just basically put in the best parts you can afford and try and tune it to be as fast as possible.
Can you strap like knives to it, or
yeah, you can put a little like flamethrower, machine guns.
No, but you can put different types of motors and run your.
That's more a battle
put like boost and stuff on your speed controller and shit. There was two groups of people also at the RC place that set up like a huge miniature thing. I don't know if they were doing 40K like Warhammer stuff, but they had like this huge layout in like the kind of break room area in between the hobby shop and the racetrack. And they were fucking playing either D&D or 40K. I don't know.
That's fucking
It was cool looking. They had huge fucking like mountains and all sorts of different buildings and shit.
If they had all that, it's probably a war gaming thing.
Yeah.
It could be 40K or something like that. Yeah, D&D usually is a little bit more straightforward. What's up?
Where's your keyboard?
Right there.
Oh, I just forgot that I didn't wish you a happy Rex Manning Day.
Oh, who's that?
Empire Records.
Oh yeah, you told me about this already. We already had this. You did wish me this, and I said, "Who's that?" And then you gave me that look, and then I said, "I haven't seen that movie in a long time." I think I'm getting divorced, guys. So.
Yeah, apparently. That's a lot of silence.
Paint a picture in my mind of your relaxing evening in the Goldborn's lair.
Calvinus is doing stand-up comedy in the pub.
Oh no. Roland's getting a drink at the bar. He listens to like Calvinus's first joke.
Let's see how good the joke is. He's gonna give you a roll.
Yeah.
Good performance.
But I get to say the joke depending on how I roll.
No, I want you to say the joke, and then I'm going to tell you whether or not you get advantage or disadvantage on the roll based on how good the joke was.
Okay.
Right. Say the joke, and then I'll tell you you're either going to get advantage or disadvantage based on the quality of the joke.
Okay, this is gonna go great. My got cut off, and now I've got a snake on it,
Yep, that's definitely going to be disadvantage.
and my snake is on my.
Roland was gonna slowly sip on this whiskey, but instead he just fucking downs it and goes straight to bed.
That's my friend Roland.
A couple people glare at you as you go.
I don't know him.
In your mind, though, you hear Stool just rolling, laughing. Stool just thinks you're the funniest damn thing. As you like finish your set there, Darrendel's like, I didn't quite get it. It's probably regional humor, I'm sure.
I gotta try again, and he starts to try to go back up.
The beardless Duragar that runs the open mic is like, no, only one per person. We're probably gonna end up making this invite only. You're not allowed back.
Oh.
In fact, you're kind of making everybody here a little uncomfortable. Why don't you just go to bed or something? Anyway, he was almost funny, wasn't he, folks?
My God.
Too real.
Calvinus like goes outside and starts crying, and he's like, I'm not.
Jeff went to his room and was like counting his vials of weird samples he's taken from corpses, and then he hears Calvinus crying, from outside his window and like slams the shutters closed.
Okay. As you slam your shutters closed, you see that sort of pinned to one of them is a small note.
Takes it off and opens it up.
Dear idiots.
Uh-huh.
Wirtz and I have gone to Blingdenstone while you fools do whatever dumbass shit you're doing here. I think your friends have been arrested. They're pretty stupid too and didn't know enough to run when the Durgar approached. If you want to come find us, we'll be at Blingdenstone. Good luck finding a boat, assholes. Love, whatever that girl's name was. Eldith. Love Eldith.
Jeff kind of like nods, like, "Yep, that makes sense. That sounds about right." He figures he's gonna tell the other guys in the morning and goes to sleep.
I'm Mr. Rosie and Neil. I don't have any friends.
As you sort of like sit down on a little barrel back there, you hear in your mind, "I'm your friend," and you realize you actually sat down on Stool, who was there. He's like, "No, it's okay. My name is Stool, so I'm kind of. I think I'm supposed to be a stool too, actually."
Calvinus holds Stool and hugs him and says, "Stool, what's the meaning of life?"
I think it's mostly to eat poop. That's what I do with most of my time.
Oh no, you're right.
And then spread spores. There's a little shit on the floor right here.
So depressing. Let's go drink.
In the morning, you wake up from your drunken stupor underneath one of the bar tables after having not even made it to bed. You're using Stool as a pillow. Roland and Jeff, you find Calvinus unbathed, stinking of vomit and alcohol. Darendale also arrives.
Jeff just hands the note from Eldith to Roland, and it's like, "Looks like we're going to Blingdenstone."
Oh,
All right then.
I said, "Please don't ask me to read that again. I didn't write it down."
I did. Hold on, let me get it. He takes out his crumpled notebook or piece of paper. It's got vomit on it.
What do you have?
It's got the note, the thing, what the guy said on his paper. It's right here.
Jeff had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it too. I have a better one.
How is that even something that...
I got vomit on it though.
Calvinus is under the table, right? Jeff just
Yes.
ignores him entirely.
All right.
And maybe like steps on his hand a little bit or something.
Oh, I got it faster this time, faster.
I got to go to the market and sell some of this stuff, get us some money, and then I can cast that guiding whatever to potentially get us to Blingdenstone. Although from this note, it sounds like we need a boat, and I don't really know what we're going to do about that.
Captain Black Skull.
As you're looking at this note here, you do see that there's in a different handwriting on the back of the note. It looks like there's a very rough sort of landmark style map.
Ooh.
And it looks like it's telling you how to get to Blingdenstone over via the Dark Lake.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh damn.
So we can go. I mean, we came in on a boat or at one point, right? So there is.
Yeah, it got totally destroyed though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we could steal a different boat potentially.
Or I mean, how much does a boat cost? Have we looked at pricing?
You have not looked at pricing, but
I gotta sell some shit first.
Yeah.
Your standard plate mail, what you've got there is probably a little used and worn. Plate mail is typically 1,000 gold. You can find a merchant that'll give you 500 gold.
Can I try my charming personality on them?
Yes, go ahead and roll persuasion. So the Durgar you're speaking with looks up and down. He says, "Hey, yeah, there's actually a shortage on metal armor these days, so I'll give you 1,000 gold. How about that?"
Sweet.
All right, so that's 1,000 gold for the plate.
Fancy staff and fancy outfit.
Oh, fancy outfit.
Yes.
Yeah. So you find like a little clothing shop that sells like walking staves and nice garb, and see what they'll give you for it. And they look it over. It is actually pretty nice silken outfit. And there's a few gems encrusted into the staff, so they'll give you 500 gold for the lot of it.
All right. including the last persuasion roll, or should I try again?
If you would like for more, you will need to try to persuade them again.
All right, I failed.
500 gold is their final offer.
Now that I think about it, I'm actually going to keep the Shield of Farsight for the time being.
What does that
Alright.
do?
It kind of sucks. All it does is, like, if I attune to it and give it to you, I can see through the shield while you're holding it.
It's for like a boss to be able to see what his minions are doing.
Which
Ooh.
is what I realized, because eventually Jeff's gonna try and have like a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing following him around, so it could actually be useful for that.
I have big expectations from you as a necromancer.
Now that I can finally do necromancy shit, yeah, that's another level away though, so we got to survive that long.
Yeah, you might make it.
Maybe. So we got 1,500 gold out of that. I had 284 on the group's behalf before, so we got 1,784 now. So we might be able to buy a boat.
Are you gonna head over to the docks and see if you can get a boat?
Yes.
Do you have any other plans in Gracklstugh, or are we all just ready to go?
Let's go.
Calvinus speaks up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guys. Where are we?
You're in the markets of Gracklstugh.
Oh, shit, guys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm not. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he just leans over. And just pukes. Guys, I think I have a drinking problem. I don't think I should drink anymore. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Jeff has already left.
He just stands there and does that, and everybody's just moved on, except for Stool, who's sort of waiting anxiously, looking back and forth between the two groups. So you get to the market, and you find that there's pretty limited types of ships in the Underdark. There's obviously no sailing ships or anything like that because there's no wind to run them. So what you see are some of the same types of ships you saw in Sloopadoop, which are those large, round Zirkwood mushroom caps, and you basically use them with a long pole and push yourself along. And then they have some nicer ones that look like they're actually have been manufactured out of these Zirkwood mushrooms, and they're more ship-shaped, and they're a little bit longer, and they can fit some more people in them. And then they have some actual like ships that need crews to run them, and the largest of which would be, probably somewhere along the lines of like 30 feet long with a small below deck, but it's way out of your price range. Like most expensive, largest ships are 10,000. The single deck ships, the nicer ones are 3,000. You can find some for 1,500, but then when you're talking about just those like mushroom cap ships, those are going to be about 400 gold or so each.
Can we fit everybody on the cheapest, shittiest option?
Yes, you definitely can. You just can't fit really much else.
Jeff's been holding all the money, so he turns to the group and is like, it looks like that really beat up piece of shit dinghy over there is exactly within our price range.
The harbor master takes you over there and he's like, all right, yeah, this one's pretty crummy, 400 gold though.
Keep this train going. I'm trying to persuade him to do slightly less than that.
With that 15?
Yeah.
He's like, so this one's really crummy, so 300.
Deal.
And I'll throw in the little barge pole for free.
Perfect.
And he throws like a big 10-foot pole clattering down on this mushroom cap. You're basically like in a huge inner tube with the bottom. It's like a
life raft made out of a mushroom.
Life raft made out of a mushroom, yep. But you'll all fit in it. It floats, and it's kind of hard to steer, and probably will break if it encounters too much trouble. But nonetheless, you have a boat.